For this edition of Raiders History, the review journal Sportsmind selected the top players to ever be drafted by the Raiders. At number 3, Ken Stabler. The Raiders' second all-time leading passer, just behind current quarterback Derek Carr, was selected by the Oakland Raiders in the second round of the 1968 NFL Draft. As a Raider, Stabler threw for 150 touchdowns and had 19,078 passing yards. After becoming the starter in 1973, the four-time Pro Bowler led the Raiders to 5 consecutive AFC Championship games. On January 9, 1977, the Raiders won their first Super Bowl, defeating the Minnesota Vikings with Ken Stabler under center. He was also NFL MVP Offensive Player of the Year and led the NFL in touchdowns in 1974. He led the NFL in touchdowns and passer rating in 1976. Number 2, Gene Upshaw. Gene Upshaw was selected at number 17 overall by the Raiders in 1967 and spent his entire 15-season career with the team. The 7-time Pro Bowler and Hall of Fame offensive guard is the only player to ever compete in a Super Bowl in 3 different decades with the same team. In their Super Bowl 11 win, the Raiders set a record which has since been broken, gaining 426 total yards, largely due in part to Upshaw overpowering his defenders. Upshaw also spent 25 years as the executive director of the NFLPA. He was regarded as a trailblazer who helped to establish benefits, retirement plans, free agency, and more for the betterment of players. Number 1, Marcus Allen. With the 10th pick in the 1982 NFL Draft, the Raiders selected Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Allen. Allen played 16 seasons in the NFL, 11 of those with the Raiders. As a Raider, Allen went to the Pro Bowl 5 times, was the Super Bowl 28 MVP, and was named NFL MVP in 1985. Allen was also the first player in the NFL to ever rush for 10,000 career yards and collect 5,000 receiving yards. Marcus Allen held the Raiders' record for most rushing yards by a rookie with 708, a milestone he achieved in a season that was abbreviated due to a player strike until that number was surpassed by Josh Jacobs in 2019. Allen was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2003. Honorable mentions went to Art Shell, Jim Otto, Tim Brown, Fred Biletnikoff, Howie Long, Lester Hayes, and Charles Woodson. And that will do it for this edition of Raiders History. We'll be back next week.